98.3 WISS. Real news and great conversation in Oshkosh. Here's your Daily News Roundup.
For 98.3 and 96.5 WISS News, I'm Lisa Hale. Another Democrat launched a campaign for Wisconsin governor. This time, it's Joel Brennan of Milwaukee, who was Tony Evers' former Department of Administration secretary. In his announcement Thursday, Brennan promised to, quote, stand up to Trump's dysfunction. Brennan is the president of the Greater Milwaukee Committee and previously headed up Milwaukee's Discovery World. Other Democrats running for the state's top spot are former Lieutenant Governor Mandela Barnes, current Lieutenant Governor Sarah Rodriguez, Milwaukee County Executive David Crowley, State Senator Kelda Royce, State Representative Francesca Hong, and former Wisconsin Economic Development Corporation CEO Missy Hughes. On the Republican side, Representative Tom Tiffany and Washington County Exec Josh Schuman are running. A primary will be held in August with the election in November. Earlier this week, the Oshkosh Common Council voted to approve a new contract between the city and the Oshkosh Area Humane Society, or OAHS. The new contract includes an almost 50% reduction in payments to the shelter, but officials say it will not affect services for the city or animal lovers. Yava Engel is the executive director of the OAHS, and she says the main change the community will see is in overnight and after-hour services.
From our standpoint, we're still going to take care of all those animals that come in. They will receive the same service that they have so far, and the same care and love that they have received from us up until now. So it really should not be any change to the public or the services that we are able to deliver.
Engel said due to the cuts, the 3 on-call overnight positions will be eliminated. Oshkosh Police Chief Dean Smith said the OPD will take impounded animals and some strays to the shelter overnight.
Well, and we're always going to evaluate if somebody calls and says that there's an animal that is harming people, a stray that bit somebody. We're still doing that work. We're not going to not do those things. But if you find a cat, if you find a dog, and we're going to say, hey, you can call the Humane Society in the morning, please.
Engel added.
But I do want to say that during daytime, the process really will not be changing. So if public encounters a stray animal and would like to bring it to the shelter, of course, they are welcome to do so. They do not have to call the police department every time they encounter a stray animal during daytime.
For contract details, see our story at WISS.FM. In just a few days, Wisconsin's version of C-SPAN will shut down. Unless donors save it, Savannah Tomei-Olson reports.
Wisconsin Eye is a nonprofit organization that provides access to state government. They cover the Assembly, the Senate, the Executive Branch, the Supreme Court, the DNR, the State Health Department, all kinds of things. If you want to watch state leaders, you can go in person to the Capitol or you can watch Wisconsin Eye. Their whole mission is to ensure everyone can see what their representatives are doing in government. President and CEO John Henkes told WISN's Upfront donations have dried up simply because there are so many things to donate to these days.
You go anywhere from Madison to Milwaukee to Green Bay, La Crosse, Racine, there are multiple campaigns for local causes, very good programs that serve those communities. But when you throw tens of millions of dollars statewide into these community-based projects, Wisconsin Eye is not first in line.
Henkes has been warning of a funding gap for months, and now staff say if nothing changes, they'll have to shut down. That would mean there's no way for Wisconsinites to watch the legislature, and all the archives will disappear. Those archives are huge. WISS started 18 years ago, so they've got more than 30,000 hours of video that would vanish if they don't get enough cash to keep going. In the last state budget, lawmakers set aside $10 million for Wisconsin Eye, but it has to be matching funds. So the way it's currently written, Wisconsin Eye has to fundraise in order to qualify for matching funds next summer.
So if we only succeeded in raising $4 million, there would still be a $4 million match.
They say it'll cost almost $900,000 to keep the service going for 1 year. If they don't get that money, they'll shut down on Monday. For Civic Media News, I'm Savannah Tomei-Olson.
As part of a restructuring plan, the Manitowoc Public School District is closing Jackson and Madison elementary schools. Fox 11 reports the restructuring involves laying off 12 teachers and 32 support staff, resulting in a savings of $2 million a year. The plan also saves the district over $6 million in current building projects at the schools. The changes take effect in the 2026-27 school year. Nearly 600 students at the University of Wisconsin-Oshkosh will receive their degrees during the 61st mid-year commencement on Saturday. The ceremony begins at 10 a.m. at the Kolf Sports Center. Speaking for the graduating class is Jacob Herron of Waukegan, Illinois, who will be staying in the Fox Valley after grad. Herron begins his career as a Level 1 systems engineer at Faith Technologies, headquartered in Menasha. The ceremony will be live streamed for family members and friends who cannot attend. I'm Lisa Hale for 98.3 and 96.5 WISS News. For news anytime, visit WISS.FM.
A win for the Bucks. Hi, I'm Mike Clemens with Sports. NBA, the Bucks with a much-needed victory, 116-101 over the Boston Celtics at Fiserv Forum. Milwaukee's Kyle Kuzma with a season-high 31 points. Doc Rivers says the adjustments they worked on in practice this week leading up to the game worked.
One of the things we talked to you guys about going in the break was correcting our spacing. I thought we had room tonight. Guys wasn't in the wrong spots. When a guard drove, he knew where the other guy was at. I thought we played a very organized basketball game tonight.
NFL, the Packers fly to Denver tomorrow to play the Broncos Sunday afternoon at 3:25. Denver tied for first place in the AFC with a record of 11-2. How has Denver been able to win so many close games with a young quarterback like Bo Nix?
9 of the 11 games, they've come back in the fourth quarter, and so I think that obviously deservingly so, he gets a ton of credit for that. And then the defense and special teams, I mean, it's a really good football team.
That's Packers head coach Matt LaFleur with Sports. I'm Mike Clemens.
Cloudy today with a little light snow later this afternoon. It won't be much, half-inch or less of accumulation. Our high today right around 21. Tonight, some clouds, patchy blowing snow down to 5 below. Tomorrow, sunny and cold with a high of only 1 above. I'm meteorologist Sean Cable.
That's your daily news roundup for 98.3 WISS in Oshkosh. Find more news anytime at WISS.FM. Subscribe to this podcast on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you find your podcasts.